Hello and welcome back. Today is going to be a favorites video. It's going to be half skincare and then the other half is makeup. The makeup is in the second half, just in case you are interested. I don't do favorites videos very often, although I wish I did them more. It's more of a time thing. I just run out of time to film, which is why I don't do them every month, but hopefully I'll start to do them more often. Anyway, let's just get into this video. The first two are face masks, and I have a whole skincare routine video, but I realized in that I did not talk about my favorite masks at all. I think I ran out of time. I could probably do a whole video just on my favorite skincare masks, but I do want to talk about two today. The first one is the TEAMI Detox Mask. This is matcha, lemongrass, and clay. And I love this. I really love clay masks. This was sent to me by the brand. This video is not sponsored though, but I was really excited to get this because this has actually been on my wish list for quite a while. I saw it at Ulta and I really wanted to buy it. So I was really excited that they sent it to me. This is what it looks like. It's kind of a classic green clay mask. I really enjoy it. Some clay masks can be a bit too drying. This one is not though, and my skin feels so soft after using it. I just really enjoy it. So it says actually to dampen your face slightly before putting on the mask. The first time I did it, I didn't do that. It still worked, but once I started dampening my face, I do think it worked better. And then it just says leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes and let it dry and then wash it off, which is what I've done, which is what I always do with clay masks. I love clay masks, and this one is really nice. Like I said, it is not too drying. So it seems pretty classic ingredients: bentonite clay, kaolin clay, matcha green tea, glycerin, sweet almond oil. I think that's why it's not as drying, because there is almond oil in this. Anyway, I've used this several times and I really like it. They did give me an affiliate coupon code, which was really exciting. Obviously, you don't have to use it, but I will leave that in the description just in case you're interested. The second mask is one that I guess it's more of a peel, but this is something I've wanted to try for a long time and I was really scared that it would dry my skin out. However, I do love it now. It is the Ordinary AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. And this is that really red stuff. I've seen a lot of people do like Instagram videos where they're kind of dropping this like blood on their face. It kind of does look like blood. So this is one where it says to apply to your face completely dry, because if your face is wet, it may cause more like burning and stinging. This is a more intense mask because of the high percentages of AHA and BHA. I regularly use those acids in my skincare routine for quite a while, so I think my skin was used to it. I think if you've never used like any glycolic acid or any of those type of things, I would be weary about this. I think you could still try it, but maybe start out by not leaving it on quite as long. This says to leave it on for no more than 10 minutes, and honestly, I probably only leave it on for maybe 3 to 4 minutes because it starts really burning and stinging, and that scares me. I just don't really want to, injure my skin, and I only use a few drops. This says you can put it on your neck. I haven't done that yet because again, I was nervous. However, my skin is so smooth and soft after I use this, and the next skincare product I think would work very well with this, because I do recommend after this putting on a super hydrating moisturizer or an oil. The oil that I want to talk about is also from The Ordinary, and it is their 100% organic cold pressed Moroccan argan oil, and I've been loving this. I put this on after I do masks. Or the other way that I've been doing this is, now that it's getting colder, my forehead is getting very dry, and I put a few drops on my forehead before I even start with primer or makeup, and it has helped with my lines, because when my skin is getting dry, my forehead lines look like a hot mess with foundation, no matter what primer. It's just like really emphasizes in here and these up there. And that has really helped. Now, you don't want to put too much on of any oil before you put on makeup. Otherwise, your makeup could slip and slide around. I don't put this on my whole face, only just 2 to 3 drops on my forehead. And I do let it sink in for a few minutes before I start the whole makeup process. I have tried tons of argan oils, and I would say it is one of my favorite face oils. I think this one is really good, but also the Physicians Formula one is really good. The Josie Maran one is really good, but it's super expensive, so feel no urge to pay for that when this is only, I think, $8 or $9. Okay, one more thing before I get into the makeup. That is Light's Lacquer. I am so excited. I love this nail polish. I did a whole video already. I bought the whole Girl Power collection. If you're interested, check that video out. I am wearing Heffa today and I love this teal. Oh my gosh. I actually only did one coat and it's quite opaque. In that video, I had not worn the nail polishes a lot yet. I couldn't tell you much about lasting power. To me, they seem kind of standard. I don't know, a few days, although I will say I wore HBIC and that one did chip after 2 days, but I was also cleaning my house that day. It's hard to know if it was the cleaning that caused it or is it the nail polish. I'm not sure, but the creams I've noticed last really well. I wore, I don't remember which one, but for a few days and it was totally fine. Yeah, Heffa, this is one of my favorites, but the whole collection is gorgeous. So if you're interested, you can check out my whole video. All right, let's talk makeup. The first is a lip gloss. This is from Colourpop. I did a very small Colourpop and Ulta haul. I don't know if I've uploaded that at this point, but I will. I love their gloss formula. I've told you guys this so much. This color is Champagne Mami, and this is what I'm wearing today over a nude lipstick. It has a rosy color to it, but honestly on the lips, it doesn't end up looking that rosy. It's just really shiny, which I like. I love really shiny lips. That's kind of been my favorite thing lately. Yeah, this is not too shimmery. It's not that pigmented, but it just looks really shiny on the lips. Like I said, I'm wearing it over a nude lipstick and I love this, and I absolutely love the Colourpop lip gloss formula. These are $7, by the way. Next item is a highlighter. This is the Elcie highlighter in Pearly Glaze. I got this at Ulta with Ulta points and I think it was around $34. It's a really pretty highlighter. If you saw my ranking highlighters video, I actually did not rank this very high. Lately, it has been really growing on me. It's just so finely milled. I'm not even gonna try to swatch it because every time I try to swatch this, it swatches like crap. But it looks so good on the face. There's just no glitters. And I think because the formula is so finely milled, it does not emphasize texture, but gives more of a natural glow, but it's still kind of an intense highlighter. I don't know. The more I use this, I am definitely falling in love with it. And they do have several colors in this formula. And yeah, I think it is quite good. I have two face products that I want to talk about. I did talk about both of these in my Ultimate Drugstore Favorites video, and I still love these. I've had these for a few months. The Covergirl Pore Refining Primer. This looks purple when you first put it on, but it goes on clear, and I really, really like this because I have combo skin. I've talked about that a lot. The whole center of my face has a lot of pores, but my forehead is really dry, my chin is oily. It's hard to find a primer that works with that, and this is not too drying, but it still fills in pores and lines, and I love it. It is just so smooth, so wonderful. I would say this may be the best primer I've ever tried, ever. And then the concealer is also by Covergirl. It is the trublend Undercover Concealer. I did buy both of these at Target, by the way. I think they're both $8 or $9. My color in this is Classic Ivory. This is one of those large doe foot applicators, which are really popular right now. And for a lot of this year, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer was my favorite. I still like that one, but I like this one better. This is less coverage, but it's a lot more moisturizing and not as thick as the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one, I can only put on a small amount, and even that sometimes is just too much for my under eyes. But this is just, it's not cakey, it's so smooth, it's not too drying because my under eyes are really dry. And yes, I absolutely love this concealer, definitely one of the best I've tried. Last up is an eyeshadow palette, and this surprised me. If you saw ranking my new eyeshadow palettes video I did a few months ago, I actually ranked this in last place. I was just not super impressed with it. However, it has been really growing on me, but as far as the criticisms I said in that video, which were that the shimmer shades definitely need a wet brush and they can just be a bit chunky. They're harder to work with. I still stand by that, but I am loving the looks that I get with this palette, and the mattes are so good. I'm willing to work with those shimmers more because I love the final look. This is the palette I'm wearing today. I first put this shimmer all over the lid, and then I put this one on top, and I just love the way it came out. The mattes are, I mean, no complaints about the mattes. They're so buttery and easy to blend. And this color here, Endgame, I've actually been using to fill in my brows for the last 2 weeks, and I feel like it matches really, really well. I had been using my Too Faced chocolate bar all year because it's my Pan That palette, and I decided, you know what, I should just try a different color from another palette. And I happened to just see this and I thought, wow, that matches my brows. I'll just use this. And then I started reaching for the rest, and the rest is history. I am really loving this palette. The closest palette in my collection is probably the Tarte Toasted. However, I do think you get more variety here because you get this coral, you get of a pink shimmer, you know, you do have all those warm tone colors, you know, these coppery shades in the Tarte palette, and I think there's also a gold. But these two here are more cool toned, which you don't get in the Tarte one. I would say this palette is for someone who loves warm tones, loves neutrals, and doesn't mind working with shimmers a little bit, and definitely using a wet brush, but the mattes are fantastic. And yeah, I really like this one now, and this palette is $44. Alrighty, that is it for this favorites video. I am loving everything here. There's a lot of other stuff I'm really enjoying, but a lot of that is in Project Pans. Therefore, I didn't want to mention it again because I talk about those things in my Project Pan videos. Anyway, that is it for this video, and thank you for watching.